A jury now holds the fate of a man accused of drugging and sexually assaulting women he met on dating apps.
Stephen Matthews, a former Denver doctor, was arrested last year after several women came forward. The jury has listened to their stories and now must make a decision.
Denver 7's Colette Bordelon reports.
After almost a month, a trial in Denver with dozens of witnesses and hundreds of pieces of evidence is in the hands of a jury.
Well, if you don't remember consenting, you didn't consent.
Inside this courtroom, nearly a dozen women testified against former cardiologist Stephen Matthews.
Stephen Matthews had a deliberate and very particular way of identifying and victim selecting the targets that he would eventually perpetrate against.
During closing arguments on Thursday, prosecutors rehashed the stories of 11 women. All of them accused Matthews of drugging them, and 9 say he sexually assaulted them. Matthews met the majority of women in this case through dating apps.
The things that she remembers are Jenga and a tequila shot.
Their testimonies have similarities, like claims Matthews would make them a drink. Things would become blurry, and they had no idea how they got home.
She falls down and the defendant kisses her. She then blacks out. And her next memory is when she comes to briefly in the back of that Uber that we talked about.
Matthews faces 38 charges total.
He tries to shift the narrative. Yes, we did. We had sex, but it was consensual.
Defense attorneys argue this case is one of overwhelming emotion and underwhelming evidence.
Don't let the volume of accusations override your common sense.
In closings, Matthews' lawyers reminded the jury their decision must be based on the facts presented at trial.
You cannot, in a court of law, follow your heart. You cannot go with your gut. You must follow the law.
The jury will reconvene Friday morning. In Denver, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
In this past legislative session, lawmakers passed a law to increase protection on dating apps that went into effect yesterday. Now, it requires online dating services to adhere to certain safety policies. They include sharing how the service conducts background screenings, explaining its identity verification process, guidelines for reporting misconduct, and whether the service shares reports about a user with others when that user is flagged for misconduct.